All right, the Phoenix weekend review. Let's go ahead. Let's jump right into this. So, starting off the Xfinity race, I didn't watch 1 second of it. Since Kyle Busch was in it, I said, nope, I'm out of here. Bye. I don't watch any Xfinity race with Kyle Busch in it because we usually know how these Xfinity or truck races with Kyle Busch always ends. Like, it doesn't matter what kind of car you have or how talented you are. If Kyle Busch is in the field, you have a 95% chance of losing. Like, the only way Kyle Busch loses is if either A, he chokes the race away, or B, some other form of bullshit. Well, in this race, in a shocking turn of events, Kyle Busch did not win this race. He lost. And the winner of this race was Brandon Jones. In fact, Brandon Jones even passed Kyle Busch for the lead. You know what's got to be embarrassing for Kyle Busch for Xfinity? Not only did he lose an Xfinity race, but he got passed and lost an Xfinity race to the worst driver in the field. Holy fuck, Kyle, you are outright pathetic. How many L's can one man take within a 1 week span? Holy fuck, Kyle. But let's be real, for Brandon Jones, this Phoenix win was more legit than his goddamn Kansas win. Kansas was a goddamn fluke. And the crazy thing after this race, though, is that after I caught the highlights of it, is that there was a fight at the end between Brandon Brown and Dylan Bassett. I don't even know why Dylan Bassett went after Brandon, because I watched a replay of the crash, and Brandon Brown got more damage than Bassett did. Like, really, Brandon literally got into him and took himself out. Bassett did nothing wrong. But Bassett was the one that went after him. I thought it would have been the other way around. Yeah, Bassett landed a big right punch on Brown while Brown was still in the car. And then Bassett's brother also landed a punch on him too in the car. I understand boys have at it, but fuck. I thought it would have been the other way around, not this way. And folks, do you want to hear the goddamn irony in this? It's that every time Brandon Jones has won a race, there's been a fight at the end after the race. Because remember, folks, after Brandon Jones won at Kansas last year, Tyler Reddick and Cole Custer fought on pit road after the race. That's crazy. So the next question is, if Brandon Jones wins another race, who's going to be fighting each other next? I think it's going to be one of the young drivers in a couple each. I'm going to say Kyle Busch and we'll say Kyle Busch and Chase Briscoe the next time this happens. But yeah, let's make our bets here. But yeah. But for Brandon Jones, hey, at least you're in the chase now. So Brandon Jones made the chase again. Am I supposed to be impressed considering he's in the best car in the field? You know, Brandon Jones, beating Kyle Busch is not enough to impress me. You gotta do more than that. Because right now you're just looking like a wannabe out there. Brandon, I need to see more out of you. For everyone that wants to sell me that Brandon Jones is a competent driver, wake me when he makes the Final Four in November. Maybe then I'll take him more serious. So there you go, Brandon. Want me to take you more serious? Wake me when you make the Final Four in November. But yeah. And of course, next week, it's going to be Atlanta. The good news is Kyle Busch isn't in another Xfinity race till Charlotte in May. So yay, Xfinity. I can actually watch a couple races now without Kyle Busch in it. Thank God. Atlanta, though, the trucks are back for Atlanta, though, but that's going to be the start of the Kyle Busch $100,000 bounty gate. And the first driver that has a shot at it is Chase Elliott. Anybody but Kyle Busch, please? I'll even root for Natalie Decker to beat Kyle Busch, for fuck's sakes. God damn it. But yeah, here's the good news, folks. IndyCar is finally back next week with St. Petersburg. Yay! Finally. Finally, we now get some real racing series we can devote our Sundays to. Also, F1 is finally back. Actually, F1 maybe not as much, more IndyCar though. Because for my F1 championship preview, who fucking cares? Lewis Hamilton's winning the 7th title this year. IndyCar will have a more exciting battle. There's at least 5 drivers that have a legit shot at the title. Like for IndyCar, the title hopefuls I have this year are gonna be, I have Newgarden, Rossi, Power, Pagenaud, and Dixon. I think that's going to be the main championship battle this year, is between those 5. But yeah. Well, for F1, though, we did lose them. We are losing the Chinese Grand Prix, though, due to the goddamn coronavirus. Hopefully that's it. What the hell? Oh, come on, really? We're going to have an empty crowd race in Bahrain due to the goddamn coronavirus? Come on. God damn it. Well, there's no need to watch Bahrain. We already know that race is going to suck ass. Why even bother racing hard in that race to put on a good show if there's nobody there to watch? Like, I'll be honest, Bahrain, that's going to be a depressing race to watch. That's going to be depressing to watch a race with no fans in the crowd. Sadly, though, NASCAR's been used to that the last couple years with half-empty crowds. Especially the sprint race at Bristol last year. That was a fucking tragedy to see that many empty seats at that track. But yeah, also in terms of IndyCar, other news is that Jimmy Johnson was also testing for IndyCar at Barber. And I believe David Land had this little paint scheme of a preview for Jimmy Johnson in the future. Maybe Jimmy Johnson could do a Charlotte Indy double. Maybe 2021. I don't know. We can all dream and speculate. Damn it. You know, something to keep an eye on. Also, in other announcements, NASCAR has made a big announcement in terms of the Gen 7. A new wheel. For NASCAR next year, the wheel size will increase from 15 inches to 18 inches. And here's the big one. Next year, it will only be 1 lug nut. So instead of 5 nuts, we only have to worry about 1 nut. Now, I know that joke probably sounded inappropriate, but who fucking cares? But, yeah. Anyway, continuing on, Cup race in Phoenix. It was a very interesting race, not gonna lie. I mean, you had the main thing that made this race interesting was the pit strategies, you know. Do you take new tires? Do you stay out on old tires and hope to limp it? You know, the race definitely had a lot of comers and goers on the strategies. You know, at the early part, it looked like Chase Elliott was going to dominate, and then the pit crew screwed him over, having slow pit stops. And then later on in the race, they had a missing lug nut and a loose wheel. Because of the 5 lug nuts. And there were fans that say, oh, 1 lug nut rule is bad. We need 5 lug nuts. Well, how about now? If that isn't enough of an argument to convince you to go to 1 lug nut, I don't know what is. Plus, I feel like the 1 lug nut rule is more like a safety deal because, you know, to try and make things safer. Because we've seen how dangerous missing lug nuts can be on a car, making the wheels loose. And plus, keep in mind, last week we had a crew member on Martin Truex Jr.'s crew injure his hand while trying to get a lug nut on a wheel. Because he just couldn't get it on in time before Truex had to leave. So, you know, I feel like NASCAR mainly making this, you know, to try and make the pit crew members safer and try and prevent as many injuries and, you know, other stuff, you know. Since NASCAR's always been super anal on safety, especially with the Ryan Newman crash back at Daytona. Also, speaking of Ryan Newman was also at the track this week. It's his first appearance at a NASCAR race, ever since that scary crash at Daytona. His timetable for when he comes back will remain to be determined. He's still going to be out for a while. But hey, it's great to see Ryan Newman is making great progress. Hell, when Newman was asked about the crash, Newman even acknowledged that he's lucky to be alive. Like, we all know Newman is extremely lucky to be alive. Like I said, I think it was after Vegas. Yeah, after Vegas. I said it here, Newman is officially the luckiest son of a bitch alive right now. We can all agree on that. Because under any normal circumstance, there should have been no way in hell Newman should have survived that crash. But he was extremely lucky. Mainly because of a lot of NAT features NASCAR's done with safety over the last 20 years. So, yeah. Anyway, back to the race, there was also a lot of incidents and a lot of drivers having issues. Like, we had a number of fucking crashes in this race. Like, Hamlin getting loose and getting to Keselowski and taking out Ryan Blaney, too. Man, Ryan Blaney's had a lot of bad luck to start the year. Like, man, can Blaney put together a complete race? Jesus Christ. God damn it. Tyler Reddick also was having a good run, too, and then he crashed out. Same deal with, Truex. Truex is having a solid run, too, and then he got run over by Almirola. After when Truex is trying to avoid running into Jimmy Johnson. See, I know, just some racing deal. But, it was a pretty good race. It was a race that needed overtime, no? So, yeah, this is the third time this year we needed overtime. Third time in the first four races we needed overtime. And I said the start of the year we would have only 7 overtime finishes. Damn, and we're like halfway there already, and we're only 4 races in. God damn. In the end, Joey Logano seals through and beats Kevin Harvick. It looked like a race Harvick had in the bag early when Chase Elliott had his issues. And then Kevin Harvick did what he's done normally does ever since that 2014 title win. Harvick went from being the closer to going full choker. Like, god damn it, Harvick, you went full choker again. Jesus Christ, Harvick. How many more races are you going to choke away that you should have won? God damn it. Like, how many races has Harvick choked away ever since that 2014 title win? I honestly lost track after 10. Just to give you an idea of how many races he should have won that he pissed away. But yeah, Logano gets his second win of the year. So yeah, not much changing the points since Logano's in. He's just trying to add as many chase points as possible to try and make it to the Final Four under the broken chase grid system. It's so goddamn inconsistent still. But yeah, also back to the Xfinity chase real quick for Brandon Jones. I'll say one positive about Brandon Jones. He's at least better than Riley Herbst. I'll at least say that. But anyway, so yeah, really not much. Not much happened. It was a good race, but it's like, why is it that every time we have a good race, one of the drivers I hate the most or dislike the most always ends up winning? Like, god damn it. Like, are we ever going to have a good race where a driver I actually like wins? Like, god damn it. But yeah. Still, that does it here. That actually wraps up the West Coast swing. All I send in NASCAR for 2021 is please put Sonoma in for the West Coast swing next year. Make Sonoma part of the West Coast swing and make it 4 weeks on the West Coast. Like, we need an early season road course test. Without a doubt. Also, it was announced earlier this week that the Busch meaningless clash is now going to be done at night on the Daytona Roval. So NASCAR is going to go and chase trends. Since everyone's loved the Charlotte Roval the last couple years, NASCAR said, you know what? Let's chase the trend and let's add the Daytona Roval to it for an exhibition race. So now the Clash won't be a glorified bonus practice session for the 500 anymore. It'll be just a meaningless exhibition race. Until NASCAR does the right thing and puts points on the line. But that will never happen. That would require too many brain cells. But, yeah, anyway, that's going to wrap it up here. Of course, next week for the Cup Series is Atlanta. Oh, yeah, Jimmy Johnson's also going to be the Grand Marshal for the Atlanta race. That's going to be interesting. But, yeah, that's going to wrap it up here. Of course, shout out to my boy, to my good friend, Space Mel Ferrari 248, who was at the Phoenix race today. Link to his channel down in the description box down below. So yeah, go check him out. But yeah, that's all I gotta say, folks. Hope everyone was a great day, and yeah, peace out.